I generated 11 qualified discovery calls in a week using an AI cold email system with zero manual follow-ups. This same approach completely replaced the 15 plus hours of outreach work I used to do every single week. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to build an AI-powered cold email system that books qualified calls without you having to manually prospect, write emails, or even handle follow-ups. This isn't just about automation, it's about creating a revenue-generating asset that runs 24/7. If we haven't met before, I'm Brandon Hurst, and I set up online systems that help businesses get more customers and increase their profits. And I've been refining this exact client acquisition system that you're about to see. Now here's where most people go wrong with the cold outreach. They use generic, templated emails that immediately get flagged as a mass outreach. Just look at your own inbox. How quickly do you delete those messages that are obviously copy and pasted to hundreds of people? The problem is that truly personalized outreach takes so much time that it becomes impossible to scale. Researching prospects, writing customized messages, following up consistently, it's a full-time job that most business owners simply don't have time for. Think about it. If you're sending generic emails, you're competing with hundreds of identical messages in someone's inbox. But when you send something that actually shows that you've done your research, your response rates increase dramatically. So instead of choosing between high-quality personalization or a high-volume outreach, my system delivers both. With the right AI implementation, you can send truly personalized messages at scale without spending hours each day on manual work. Ask yourself this: would you rather spend over 15 hours a week on manual outreach with mediocre results, or set up a system that generates qualified calls while you focus on serving your clients? I'm going to share the email framework that makes our outreach system so effective. And the reason why it's so effective is because most emails fail because they're either too generic or they try to close the sale immediately. Both approaches lead to instant deletion. Our system uses a strategic 4-part framework that balances personalization with consistency. Part 1 is a personalized intro. This is where AI really shines. For each prospect, we use AI to research their business and craft a completely unique opening that references something specific from their website or LinkedIn. So for example, instead of saying, "I noticed your business," we might say, "I was looking at your recent case study on reducing manufacturing costs, and I was impressed by your approach to lean inventory management." This signals to them that this isn't a mass email. It's a message specifically for them. Part 2 is the transition to the offer. Here we use AI to create a natural bridge between their specific situation and our offer. This section connects what we learned about them and why our solution might be relevant. The key is making this connection feel natural rather than forced. It shows we understand their business and have thought about how we can specifically help them. Part 3 is the core offer. This is the one section that remains consistent across all emails. We carefully crafted our core offer to focus on outcomes rather than features. And we keep this standardized to ensure our message stays clear. Part 4 is the personalized closing call to action. Finally, we use AI to create a personalized call to action that ties back into the intro, their specific situation, and offer. This makes the next step feel natural and tailored to them personally. What makes this framework so powerful is how each part works together to create an email that completely feels custom written for each person, even though it's generated at scale. Now let's dive into the exact workflow I used to implement this system. I call this the invisible sales team because it does everything a full sales team would do without adding any staff to your business. Our system has 5 stages that work together to create a complete client acquisition machine. Stage 1 is lead scraping. We start by identifying potential prospects from multiple sources. We use LinkedIn profiles matching our ideal client criteria, Apollo or similar databases for verified contact information, and industry-specific directories or communities. The system allows us to pull in thousands of potential leads that match our targeting criteria, creating the foundation for our outreach. Stage 2 is AI-powered research. This is where most outreach systems fail completely. Instead of sending generic messages, our system uses AI to research each lead individually. We do this by scanning their website for recent news, case studies, or initiatives, analyzing their LinkedIn profile for career history, recent activity, mission statements, things along those lines. And we identify specific pain points based on their industry and role. This research becomes a raw material that feeds into our personalized email creation. Stage 3 is customized email creation. Based on the research data, our systems then create completely customized emails using the 4-part framework that I shared earlier. The AI writes a unique introduction based on something specific about their business. It then crafts a natural transition connecting their business situation to our offer. Then the core offer section remains consistent to maintain our key message. And a personalized closing call to action ties everything together. Then the emails are compiled and organized for sending, with each one feeling like it was written specifically for that user. Stage 4 is automated campaign management. Once the emails are created, they're loaded into our campaign system. With this, we use multiple email addresses to maintain a high deliverability. And the emails are sent at optimal times based on the different time zones. And the system tracks opens, clicks, and responses automatically. Stage 5 is intelligent response handling. This is where the system gets really powerful. When someone responds, the system automatically categorizes the response and takes the appropriate action. For positive responses, the system sends them the next step, either a video or a landing page link. If they book a call, they receive a value and authority sequence until the call starts. This helps build up the trust before even getting on the call. And then after the call, they continue receiving value-based content until they become a client or they tell us they're not interested. For negative responses, the contact is removed from the list and blocked to prevent any future outreach. This keeps our list clean and focused on interested prospects only. Now, if they don't respond to that initial email, we set up a carefully crafted follow-up sequence that keeps our offer in front of them. Each follow-up adds new value while referencing the original message. The most powerful aspect of the system is what happens when someone shows initial interest but doesn't immediately book a call. This is where most sales processes lose potential clients. Our system deploys an AI-powered tool that creates a custom analysis of their business, delivering immediate value that nurtures their relationship while demonstrating our expertise. The best thing about it is we can take that same framework and customize it to any industry. This approach maintains engagement without being pushy, keeping conversations going until they're ready to move forward. Now let me show you exactly how the research and email process works in practice. This is that main AI automation that powers the entire system. Okay, so first thing it does is it goes to Airtable to grab a lead that's ready for the process. Then what it's going to do is it's going to go through the email verification side of things. We check to make sure that the email works properly. If it doesn't, we go ahead and update the lead and say that the email is either bouncing or it doesn't exist, anything like that. And we mark it to where we aren't going to send out emails. This helps make sure our email deliverability is at a high rate and we're not getting a lot of bounced emails. Now, the next thing it's going to do is check their LinkedIn company profile. From there, what we're trying to do is determine if they are a good fit for us to work with them or not. We use an AI model to determine if they are a good fit based off a series of questions that we ask it to look for. By providing them the information from the LinkedIn profile, we can determine if they're a company that we would like to work with or not, and if they have a certain amount of employees that would be a good fit for this offer. If they are a bad fit, we move them to the lead not qualified. If they're a good fit, we move them on to the next part to see how many employees they have. And from there, if they, let's say if they have over 50 employees and they're a larger business, most of the time they already have a big sales team. So this specific offer wouldn't work as well for them. And then we'll start that whole sequence back over again. So let's say they are qualified, meaning they passed all of our checks, they're a good fit, and they have under 50 employees here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to check to see if they have a website. If they have a website, we're going to go ahead and scrape their website for data. If they don't, we're going to use that LinkedIn company profile again to compile data and actually analyze that data. So we'll look at our actual website first. Most businesses are going to have a website that we can scrape. What it does is it pulls in all the data from their website and then cleans it up and gives it to another AI that will analyze the data on their website. From there, we're going to determine different variables from their website. We want to know what their core products are, if they have any case studies, their mission statement, anything that might be relevant in creating an email. From there, we're going to go ahead and write that personalization. And with the personalization, we're going to go in here and show you how that kind of works in just a second. Hit stop. We'll come in here and we can go ahead and grab that information and it creates a personalized opener, transition to the core message, and our call to action. And from that, we're going to throw in proper formatting so we can see what it looks like a little better. And we can see that we have a personalized opener and we have a transition to a core message, the core message industry type, as well as a personalized closing call to action to create that full email for us. And from there, what we're doing is we are adding it to our Instantly campaign. We also are updating our Airtable database with new information that we compiled from that company so that way we can use that data later on. We get that whole list and we set it up to where it just continually runs on a scheduled time. After 30 minutes, we stop it and it's just going to continue to go. And every 30 minutes, it starts up a new run. The nice thing about this is it will go ahead and just start working by itself. You don't have to worry about it. And it's just going to go through and update all of the different leads, add the leads into the different campaigns that you need to actually send those out. As you can see, this workflow eliminates the guesswork and manual research that makes traditional outreach so time consuming. With this system in place, you can take all of your leads and move them into a personalized outreach system that runs on autopilot. So like I said, this is something that I use in my business. Before implementing this AI-powered approach, I was in the same position as many of you are in now. I was spending over 15 hours a week on outreach activities, like manually sending emails and LinkedIn messages to prospects who seemed like a good fit. The thing that sucked about it was my response rate was barely 1%. I was lucky to get 3 to 4 calls booked per month. The process was draining, inconsistent, and took time away from actually serving my clients. After building and implementing this AI powered client acquisition system in my own business, everything changed dramatically. And here's what happened. Our most recent campaign generated 11 discovery calls in a week. The system now handles follow up conversations automatically, and I've completely eliminated manual prospecting from the weekly schedule. While it does take some effort to set up the system initially, these results are absolutely worth it. In our most recent campaign, once the system was established, the specific campaign that generated those 11 discovery calls required a minimal oversight. Here's the key advantage to this. After the initial setup, this entire system runs mostly on autopilot in my business, requiring less than an hour of oversight per week. I spend time reviewing results, making small adjustments, and ensuring everything is running smoothly. Compare that to the 15 plus hours of manual outreach I was doing before, you can see why the system has been transformational. Now I want to be super clear about something. This isn't just a set it and forget it miracle that requires zero input. The initial setup requires thought and strategy, but once it's running, it continues to generate results with minimal maintenance. If you're ready to build your own AI-powered cold email system, here's a step-by-step implementation plan. Step 1 is to define your perfect fit client profile. Before you build any automation, you need absolute clarity on who your ideal client is. Think about what industries and company sizes you serve best, which roles within those companies are making buying decisions, and what specific problems are they actively trying to solve. Step 2 is to set up your lead generation sources. Identify where you find your perfect fit prospects. So think about which LinkedIn filters will find your ideal clients. What data providers are going to give you accurate contact information? And how will you verify email addresses to maintain a high deliverability? Step 3 is to create your email framework components. You need to develop the building blocks of your outreach system. Craft AI prompts for generating your personalized instructions. Create a standard offer section that focuses on outcomes. And design a follow-up sequence that adds progressive value. Step 4, build your automation infrastructure. This is where you connect the technical components that make your system run. You need an email sending platform. For this, we use Instantly. You need to use AI tools for research and personalization, and a response handling and follow-up automation. Step 5 is to implement your value delivery system. This is where you create automated value delivery mechanisms that nurture leads. You're going to want pre-built content sequences for different response types. One of our key components is an AI automated business analysis tool for ongoing engagement. And then you need to develop value and authority-based sequences before and after calls. Now, when you implement this system correctly, you're going to go from spending hours each day on manual outreach to having qualified prospects book themselves onto your calendar while you sleep. If you're interested in implementing this exact AI cold outreach system in your business, I'm offering a limited number of free discovery calls to see if this approach would be a good fit for your situation. This is a short, focused call where we'll quickly review your current outreach approach, discuss if the system aligns with your target market, determine if it can be implemented with your specific business, and answer your most pressing questions about the process. To book your free discovery call, simply click the link below. I only have a limited number of these slots available each week, so if you're curious about how the system could work for you, I recommend securing your spot soon. Remember what we talked about in the beginning. The key to an effective outreach isn't choosing between personalization or scale. It's implementing a system that delivers both together. When you build a system that combines AI-powered research and personalized messaging and intelligent follow-up, you create a predictable flow of qualified prospects without the constant manual effort. And this isn't just about working less. It's about creating a reliable, scalable client acquisition engine for your business that works whether you're actively involved or not.